everybody. Welcome to the 2024 World Doubles here in Chicago. This is Connor Medlow and my coach, Rob Whitehouse.
Hey everyone, how are you? Connor, you got to be excited. What a show here in Chicago. The World Doubles club looks amazing. Court looks incredible. New lighting. You guys are ready.
I'm glad to be back here, Robbie, than trying to get these folks sat down in time for first ball. There's plenty of people out there with cocktails in hand, excited for the tennis match. I guess we could say we got 4 Australians on the court here, Rob.
That's right. Lumley he has that dual citizenship going.
Yeah, and maybe Nick the same. I think he's a bit more hardo on the Australian part though, but I think he has both. Steve and Rob can't be mistaken for anything other than Australian.
But Lumley now is a Philadelphian, right?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. He's been here longer than.
I knew I could see that gut from all those Philly cheesesteaks. He's looking good today.
This should be a good one. They met up at the U.S. Open. Was that a quarterfinal or semi? And Lumley and Virgona were pretty tough down in Philly. See how this one goes. What do you think, Connor? How do you think this goes?
I think you're going to see the receivers dressed in white, may I add. At least they're, following the rules here, Rob.
I know.
Hopefully we're going to see Steve and John take off their warm-up attire at some point soon. But, yeah, I think you got a lot of experience in the Fahey corner. I think you got a lot of nervous energy down the service end at the minute. I think, Steve's playing in front of his home crowd. It'll just be interesting to see who settles in quickest. Nick played very well in the National League a couple of weeks ago in New York, and Rob doesn't need teasing to bring a victory.
No. Watching him the other day hit, Nicky looked like he was still hitting the ball pretty clean. He did it. He played really well in New York. See if he can keep it going.
Getting the first glimpse of our match marker. Rob, I think, other than commentating, I think that's why you're here this week.
That's why they brought me in.
Neil McKenzie hails from Bridport, Dorset in the UK, current tennis professional at the Queen's Club. He said you and he were the only daft enough ones to mark from the net this week, and that's why you made it.
The weird thing is Cashman didn't tell me that. I got to negotiate better. When I got here, I was told I was marking from the net. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah. You gotta probe more questions, Rob, before you accept these jobs.
I know.
But I think I actually spoke to Neil earlier, and he was particularly concerned at how he's going to mark the serving penthouse. I think the last World Doubles and a couple of the matches we've seen Steve in particular serve a full PK. For those of you not familiar with the full PK, it is basically standing just outside of the marker's box, aim at the marker's box, and hit it pretty hard at the marker. I
think he aims right between the eyes of the marker. So yeah, it is a bit tricky when you're in there.
Would you rather stand there or stand on a baseball with a fast pitcher pitching it?
That's what I should have done. I should have bought my Little League baseball gear. Been in there, shin guards and a helmet.
I wouldn't say you would be silly. Do you remember Adam Phillips,
Robbie? I should have done it.
Adam Phillips used to be in there with a baseball helmet. Shout out to Adam. Great guy.
Yeah, very good guy.
Good doubles player as well back in the day. I don't think he fancied himself too much on a singles court, but
dude, he worked out there when he played. He was a good player.
Great
scratch player. I respect anybody that gets to a scratch, so yeah.
Okay, it goes without saying that Rob and I are going to run out of things to say pretty quickly. So please be active in the chat. Any questions, anything that we've got wrong, we're not afraid of being told the correct answer. So, you know, early shout outs. Chris Lintott was just over here in Chicago. He came over to see the eclipse.
Oh, he came all the way to Chicago.
All the way to Chicago, drove down to Ohio. I'm sure he met some interesting folk down there.
Woo.
Ben Geitenbeek, the close second streaming guy in the world. Ben, sorry, but no one beats Ryan. But great job with what you're doing over there. Absolutely phenomenal to be able to watch all of the matches. Lewis Gordon. Now, Rob, I think you met Lewis recently.
I must have done something wrong. He's only given you What a Treat Medlow. Nothing about White House. I thought I took care of him in Philly. Guess I did.
Shocking. But you know, what will keep us occupied this next couple of hours is going through the amount of nicknames that Lewis Gordon has, so we can reel through them.
Thunder Thighs, is that one of them? Oh.
It's all right. At least we can't hear Rodney's response. Farmersville, Ohio.
There you go.
Don't think Farmersville's going to see as much tourism as that for the next 25 years.
Best of 9. What, 4 sets tonight? Oh, it is a new one. Sorry, Lewis.
Add that to the list. So at 4:45, a longer than traditional knock-up, I'd say. We can see the 2 Racquet Club fellows in the side galleries who have been entrusted with getting people to find their seats, trying to keep the crowd at bay.
Saw the list. It's sold out, so should be a pretty electric crowd. Should be fun, Connor.
I think this is going to be a great game. You seen much of them practice this week, Rob?
I did. I saw actually everyone sort of practice. Lumley and Virgona are definitely fired up. I think they got here a little earlier than everyone. They had some sparring partners. They're definitely pumped. And Howell was just bombing the ball straight the other day. I mean, God, he was just sending off missiles.
Who do you think plays the backhand side for Fahey and Howell? Or do you think
that's going to be the problem, right? I think that grill defense could be something where I think Virgona and Lumley go after.
So it sounds like the serving end's going to be key for the boys.
Yep.
2 apprentices of yours at the receiving end, Rob. You've taken care of both of these
Both of those guys. Yeah, Lumley now, still him and I think it's his 10th year at the Racquet Club of Philly. Unbelievable. Wow. I kept him that long.
10-1, given the one he had off.
God. I got to remind him that. Keep reminding him, especially this summer.
Don't let them send him his 10-year bonus until he's really completed the 10 years, okay? I've heard those big 10-year bonuses at the Racquet Club of Philadelphia.
Huge.
Big.
They're big ones. Get a couple rounds of golf in. For love. Shankman's calling a for love. I say no way. I'll take that bet. But I do have 3-1. Shank, I'll take that Philly cheesesteak bet at D'Alessandro's the next time you're in Philly. You'll have to pay up. But I think it's 3-1. How about you, Connor? What do you think?
Well, given the amount that Shankman travels, he'll be over in next week or so.
No.
So you can pay that up pretty quickly. He says he's got a job. I don't believe
It's nice to work with the family, right?
Yeah. No,
Mr. Shanks, yeah.
Okay, let's
Jonathan Lewis heading out.
let's
now?
let Jonathan Lewis say his words here. I'm going to go 3-1. I'm going to be more specific. I'm going to have Fahey and Howell taking the first set before Virgona Lumley settle in and take the next 3.
Melissa Purcell from Philly saying hi. Melissa, she's tennis chairman down there in Philly. She's awesome. Keeps me and John in line, keeps us organized, and ran that U.S. Open. We'll let Lewis go now.
Given the honor of this prestigious event, and we're delighted to have you all here and welcome you to the club. First, I want to extend a word of welcome and thanks to all of you who've made an effort to be here, both here in person and on the internet as well, watching from. We've had people from as far away as Australia, Scotland, as well as Philadelphia, Aiken, Boston, Washington, and New York and Tuxedo as well, among others. Second, I want to thank many of our generous patrons and sponsors without whom this event would not have been possible. The individuals are listed. But I also want to thank the United States Court Tennis Association, where many of you may be watching this broadcast, as well as the United States Court Tennis Preservation Foundation, both of whom have contributed generously to tonight's events, to the marketing and promotion, and specifically the streaming. And to that end, a huge word of thanks to Ryan Carey, whose tireless efforts make this event possible. Ryan, thank you again for your contributions. And next, to thank you briefly to the Racquet Club of Chicago, our board, our president, Jack Brown, our professionals, Steve, who's playing here, John Cashman and Connor Medlow, our club manager, Richard Duggan, and his talented staff who have supported, and most of all, the committee whose tireless efforts have helped bring this event to life. Finally, to our participants. First, the markers. Rob Whitehouse, who's joining us from the Racquet Club of Philadelphia, and Neil McKenzie, who will be marking now, joining us from Queen's Club in London. And a special thanks to Chris Ronaldson as well, who has made the balls. And now our players. The evening match will feature the number 4 seed Bristol Tennis Club and his partner Bryn Sayers from the Queen's Club, the number 1 seed and current world champions Camden from Westwood Country Club and Tim Chisholm from Tuxedo. We will see their match following the first 4 sets of this afternoon match. And now for the afternoon match from the Racquet Club of Chicago, our own professional Steve Virgona. And his partner, John Lumley from the Racquet Club of Philadelphia. They are the number 1 seed and will be facing the number 2, Nick. And his partner, former world champion. Now, a quick word during match play. Please take the time now to ensure that you're on silent mode. We will, outbursts during. Secondly, and specifically with these players assembled, the point is never over until it's over. So please refrain from having any outbursts when you think the point is over. It may not be over. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I will say these players are the very best in the world at their craft. And for those who are here with us courtside and watching online, we're delighted to present the World Doubles Championship. Play well and good luck.
Buzz around the club going for this event, and it's good that it's finally here and we're just about underway. Neil Mackenzie, keep the blows above the belt.
Yep.
Hands up at all time.
There we go. Good. Let's see a good start. Great crowd. It's packed. Everyone's fired up. I think what a match to start off with.
Did Jonathan mention the GOAT at the serving end, or did he pass on that bit? Rob Fahey out of retirement for this one. Can't keep him away. Okay, so for those
9-set match. This is the first set.
one ball removed already.
First, level play.
4 sets today. Good luck.
I think they're going to see a lot of that, Connor, that slow ball to that service end to Steve's backhand.
Two slow balls to the main wall tambour. If they can get that ball deep off the main wall tambour into Steve's backhand, he puts themselves in a great position.
Wow.
Shots fired early. One at the right
Little
shoulder.
heater there, yeah.
Missed target. One of the notables here in Chicago is that it's very difficult to serve aggressively on, and I haven't seen anybody serving high, but a lot of the guys I've been watching practice this week have served pretty high and quite successfully. It's going to be interesting to see how the games progress as the balls get older. What
30 love receivers lead. Hazard chase, Western
That
second.
high one is
Hazard.
going to be effective to keep Virgona from turning and hitting some targets. But let's see how they play from this end. This is where I think these guys are going to be really tough.
Here's the full PK. Heads up, Neil.
Shot.
There's the fake up volley.
Another ball out.
Another ball out.
Oh.
I think we're sending these balls back to the epicenter of tennis. Oh,
well
that's
played.
phenomenal. Phenomenal. And really interesting to note,
Fahey was on the other side, yeah.
when receiving that full PK to his forehand volley. I think the goal of that is to stop him hitting a forehand volley, no?
And he's not going to be backing up. I mean, that's. Wonder if Virgona will hit like a. Try and hit a cutty one in there if he sees him there.
Service lead 14-15.
First game still. Changed ends twice. Slow return.
30-14.
Oh, here's the first game, Connor. Underway here.
That one's in the skybox.
No one's up there.
No one's up there. Good seats for doubles, don't you think, Rob?
Yes. I love that bird's eye view.
Yeah, Ben, no referee for the semi-final matches, but we will have the dream team of Rob and Neil for the final.
Has changed less than 1 yard. No
So notable here in Chicago, the openings are a little bit smaller. So the openings here are a little bit smaller when they rebuilt the court in 2012. That was a deliberate choice.
Good decision.
I didn't hit hard enough to sort that.
I like the Washington smaller windows, the way these guys are hitting it. Even go smaller.
A classic player like you, Rob, doesn't need
No,
the
I
windows
just
to be
think
too big.
less than 1.
These guys bully the ball around the court these days.
That works.
Yeah, half volley off
Half
the toes.
volley, main wall dead on perfect angle.
10 out of 10 for that one, Nick.
That's the shot he was hitting in New York. I mean, wasn't a great serve from Lumley.
I think
Wants to have a little better weight on it, but he's on target with that shot.
quite a patient start.
$15.30.
Victoria Scott, another Philadelphia member, saying hi from Florida. Scotty, use the suntan lotion.
Was that another ball thrown out there?
First gallery, 30.
What a point. Unbelievable. Neil must have forgotten what the score is by now.
But you got Robbie Slater backing him up, I think.
Jane Taylor. Isn't that great news?
Oh, young Medlow.
New professional in the game.
I didn't know that, Connor. Congratulations.
Jane, hopefully you can give him a couple of lessons.
First gallery.
Nick ushering the goat to the galleries there. First gallery. Big miss.
40-30. Better than the second gallery.
No railroad served yet. Nick Howell loves a railroad. He hasn't gone near it.
Oh, that helps.
Oh. Nick
The
hits
heater.
that straight ball. That is
No, better than anybody, don't you think?
big. It's big.
Has a chase Western second advantage.
I tell you, the unforced error count is impressive. We've only played a game and a half, and I'm not sure anyone's hit one in the net.
A couple, and they're blaming the balls, it looks like, when they do.
Yeah, you and I know that trick.
Never my fault.
Lewis, I assume you and Schenkman are on holiday somewhere. Nice to see you in the chat.
Hazard chase Western second. Hazard. Western second hazard.
Commentator's curse. There's the first unforced error of the game. That missed high main wall dead on here
Goes out.
Goes out of court a lot. Kicks up off that penthouse.
Second gallery advantage.
So Rob, I think that when I think about doubles and what are the big key indicators of success in a high-level doubles match, I think about winning galleries hit from the service side and the second gallery chases conceded. The two of the winning galleries, probably the one opening you can't quite cover without movement, and second gallery is the same on the other side and gets you to the service end. Be interested to see what the count is on those.
And at this level, though, they do cover that winning gallery pretty well. I'll be surprised to see how many get in. That's a great angle.
Back foot volley.
Yep.
Main wall down. Very impressive, John.
One game on first set.
John's been posting his strength training on social media, so
It's impressive. I did one of them in January. I was out for about 5 weeks, one of his workouts. Oh, God.
that's phenomenal.
That's a great winning gallery.
Off-pace main wall dead on from Virgona, and Howell picks it off as if it's easy. Very impressive.
Shot, Mickey.
Some Aiken folks here supporting Nick. Good to see they travel.
Yeah, I saw 5 or 6 Aiken people.
Well left, Nick.
Yeah. Stop.
30 one chase.
So I think the Howell-Fahey partnership have started quick, and it's just going to be a case of what's the
they withstand?
sustainability.
So far, so good from Hal. I mean, it looks good. I know they were going to attack that backhand volley of his, that straight ball. Looks pretty good with it.
Aye. Excellent so far.
Chase 5 and 6.
Lumley definitely, I would not call him a quick starter. As the matches go on, he definitely gets stronger and finds his way. And
15-14.
John's hair game is on point, though.
We loaded up on the hairspray this week.
Ooh.
Receivers lead 2 games to 1. First set.
I'd go as far as saying that's the second unforced error of the match. One for Howell, one for Lumley.
Oh, boy.
15 love.
I will say, Rob, these balls don't look as quick as I expected them to be. I'd say they look a tad slow. Oh, the flat high one.
Yeah.
Unforced error number 3.
It's a good get by Lumley.
15 all. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Great camera work there from
Ryan
our
caught
producer,
that.
Ryan.
Good job, Ryan.
Big chance here. 3-1 is a good start.
Connor, so far you're right on point. You said a quick start from these guys, and they did it. Are you the same way in the stock market? Can you give any?
At this point, I'm probably going as far as saying I'm not letting anything hit hard from Nick go past me. I'm just going to put my racket in the way. He's not missing. Good morning, Josie, and to any of our Australian viewers.
Love.
I love the way the Fahey Howell partnership have really understood how they're going to defend this PK. That could be that game that settles him down.
I was just going to say, see if the tide keeps going here. But this is the game they've been struggling. Howell's return has been. Bando edge. Love those.
Second gallery, 15 love.
Great shot from Nick. Oh, that top gallery full now. Maybe the Skybox were taking advantage of their hospitality up there.
They probably were.
Yeah, late to their seats. Those annoying guys, you know, when you're watching the NFL on a Sunday and those.
They get there beginning of the second quarter or same
Right.
thing. Yeah.
How did your Phillies do this year, Rob?
We had a lot of finalists.
Finalist.
We were Super Bowl Eagles and Phillies got to the World Series, but 0 for 2.
Let's hope that John's not on that same trajectory.
15 love, service lead.
I say that with sincerity, Rob. You know, no pun intended. Okay. No railroad still. Drag serve preferred from Nick.
Oh, a great job from Fahey. That's just too good.
The ball was rolling out of the nick and he puts it in the hazard second. Hell of a shot. Just to confirm, no challenges in this World Championship. No challenges. Fault remains a fault. Oh, that's a great
Nicky Howell.
Great first defense from Nick, followed up with that Virgona forehand.
30.
Sort of stuck his racket out a bit there, a little half-hearted, wasn't sure he wanted it. Big point here. That's a very good volley.
40-30.
Rolled out the net.
Another great rally there.
I think Nick's just cut out the unforced errors from his game. Everything just keeps coming back.
I think he's playing that up position well, especially from that backhand. They're tough volleys.
Receivers lead, chase worse than 5 yards.
It's not going to do it, Nick. Big chance to go 3-all here.
Second gallery,
Weird to see Steve that deep on that ball. But
Particularly once you got that ball to the back wall on the backhand, you thought he'd up there
I thought
eating
he'd go,
that ball.
Yeah.
And again.
That high timbre here is a really good shot. Ball just feathers to the back there.
Greetings, Mr. Cipriano. I'm sure the live chat will get interesting now that you've arrived.
Sip is, yeah, we'll get something going.
Yeah, usually has a couple of opinions.
receives advantage. Chase the
I think he just had his 4th kid. Impressive. They're knocking him out, him and his wife. I think the oldest is like 5. They're not wasting any time.
Back to 3-all. And I heard that the youngest is already taller than him. Three-all. Let's see if they can find something to relight the fire. That's not the miss you want with Virgona there.
He takes that gallery though. He's good at that. Oh, well left. DDD.
If you're marking that one, Robbie, you're not sticking your head out too far, are you?
No.
You know, he's going to hit that as many times as he's
a lot
going
of
to leave
squats. I got to get down low
That's
there.
crazy.
it. You've been working on that, Rob.
Yeah. Bella Sip, 6'5", so I was right. Brand new one just arrived from the Cipriano family. Congratulations, guys. Well done. Keep it going. Peter Vode, he's the best at letting hazards go. That's the shot.
15 all. Hazard, half a yard. Hazard.
Stevie V loves that lob to the grill. I think it's a good shot, Connor.
Great shot. For a fourth straight game.
Oh, wow. Good cat. Uh-oh.
Serves lead 4-3. First set.
Peter Road let me know that that is right. Bristow and Tanfield beat Howell and Fahey in the U.S. Open.
One of the two upsets in that.
That was a
draw.
good match. Good. Bristow, get out of that end, guys.
James Medlow, encyclopedia of real tennis knowledge. Nice shot from Nick.
Great
there.
job.
Okay, I got a question for the chat, and no cheating, guys. Which player has won the world doubles the most times? The most amount of times?
See if we get a Philly rep to get this one right. Peter Vogt might know this.
15 love. Chase better than 4 yards.
There's the high tambour. I will say the high tambour is very effective, but with the club balls, that ball is sticking to the back wall. These ones are coming out a little bit. It's a great shot from Nick.
30-15. Oh.
That's a great angle.
Unlucky.
30 all.
Big point here. Service end proving pretty crucial. Oh.
40-30.
Big miss.
Peter Vogt had a good gas. He's throwing out Stevie V.
Great guess, Peter. How many times Stevie won the world doubles? Ben, you are wrong. That is incorrect.
Yeah.
No, sorry, apologies. The first one. That is correct. That might say something. Right, 5-3 with a hazard chase in the bank. Virgona Lumley are heavy favourites for the first set. Change of serve there from Fahey. After serving that one flush to the back wall, he went to the demi-piqué. I don't think Rob wants that in the basket. I think that's one gone. You make these balls, Robbie?
No, they would have not thrown any out.
15-30.
So is Vogt right? He's not right, though, with Stevie V.
He's not wrong.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, nice ball from Nick. Might keep them in this first set. So I did ask. I will remind Peter. You are correct with Stevie V. How many?
Tambour's saying Chisholm.
Tambor, you are incorrect. But it's been gifted.
Who's doing that?
It's been gifted.
Oh, God, Ryan Carey.
Ryan, you gave away our sources.
Hazard change. Second gallery. Hazard.
It's a quick glimpse. Maybe they didn't see it. Okay, points go 4-5.
First railroad.
Game receivers. 4 games. 5.
I'd like 5-all. I think the first set
5-all
deserves a
great to
5-all.
start off the week.
I think this deserves a 5-all. Oh. Great. Great.
That was a great rally. That's world-class rally there.
No stroke.
Ooh.
15 all.
Ah.
Well done, Ben. I think Fahey and Howell, they really want to chase her a point here. They don't want to be changing at 40-15.
Great depth on that.
Sip will get to you at the change of ends here. The one bounce barbell. So Sip, biggest weapon on this court. I think we're going to stay specific to doubles here because I think, you know, my answer would be without a doubt the biggest weapon in court tennis for the last 30 years has been Rob Fahey's forehand. But I think on a doubles court, when he finds it, and we're yet to see it tonight, the Virgona forehand on that doubles court is got to be the biggest weapon on this court. We haven't seen it yet tonight. I think what we have seen is the Nick Howell
Great
forehand.
balls, yeah.
Chase the door. Chase the door.
That's a bad miss. Sorry, John. I don't think Rob likes the tennis balls. Deuce 5-4. Chance to get in this at the service end. Nice return
I
from John.
like it. Change up straight at him.
Haven't seen that one from John very much. Great ball. That's a set.
First set.
6-4.
Good set. 6-4. I think I'm going to get relieved by Adam Inselbach.
I think Mr. Inselbach is going to
Connor,
come
that
and
was
join
fun.
us.
I enjoyed doing that with you.
We will
Maybe meet
see
again.
see you for the third set.
That's
Robbie.
right.
We're
See you
straight
guys.
in. No bathroom breaks here. We're going straight in for the second set. The Virgona, yes. First time we've heard it tonight. And there's the second fist pump. We're starting to see that forehand. Gents, I do want to come back with the question of who has won most World Doubles Championship. Yes, Virgona, but he is tied with another. And there is a bit more to this question, so keep it coming. So, Adam Inselbach has joined me in the back lockers of the court tennis court. Welcome, Adam.
Hi,
Thanks
Connor.
for joining us.
My pleasure.
You got to witness that first set from the dead on. Tell us what you thought.
Well, it's really an exceptional display of athleticism, I think, by all the players. The gets are really incredible, and it's different from the game I play.
We had our club doubles championship last weekend. I saw some glimpses of this.
What's been most interesting to me is how the players have chosen to serve.
Yeah.
Lots of different strategies.
I actually quite like, Adam, the way in which Rob and Nick have taken up the receiving strategy of the full PK. One standing in front of the other one and the serving player coming across and taking the ball out of the air. I think it's really interesting.
One thing that I noticed, it seemed like Nicky was the sharpest hitting targets in the first set.
Yeah, I think the first half of the set, certainly. They came out the blocks very quick.
And since everyone retrieves so well, it almost is a conundrum. what to do with the ball. And, you know, unless you're forcing for targets, anything that you're missing up top is coming back for sure. And things that, you know, most people wouldn't get, they get back.
40 love chase.
So Adam, that's the first time that John's taken up that forehand position at the last gallery, and he doesn't like doing it, and he certainly didn't look comfortable there. So Adam, I actually asked the question of who has won, and Adam, I'm going to ask you, whilst you're here, given you're such a historian of the game, who has won the most world doubles titles in the field this week?
40 love service lead. Chase Western 6.
We were talking the dead on. I think there was a view that Rob and Steve might each have had 4 or 5. So
Correct.
I would say those two.
So they have both won 6 titles. And who have they won them with, Adam?
Well, I think Steve and Rob were partners for a long time. I think until 2017. I don't know exactly when Cam and Tim started their winning streak, but.
Nice shot from Nick there. Okay, they stopped the right a little bit. So, Susie, this seems somewhat accurate. 6 each to RF and SV, and they won them all together. And neither have won one since.
So the last one was that 2017.
I trust that you are correct. No. 2013 in Jeu de Paume.
15 love.
So Cam and Tim have won all of them since 2015.
Right. And we'll at this point play, but. There's been such few unforced errors in this game, Adam. The retrieving has been phenomenal.
You know, a few people I don't think had seen Rob play before, so when he climbed the wall, I said, don't try that at home. Yeah, the quickness is really, really astonishing. They get their rackets ready, they're in this right spot all the time, and everything comes back.
If you had your racket ready more often, do you think you'd get them back like this?
No.
That high missed main wall that just kicks straight out of court here. Different to other courts around the world. So the little piece of intel that I am going to give everybody around the world, just between me and the 111 people in the chat right now, is that Fahey and Virgona won 6, all 6 together, and one of the players asked the other player if they wanted to do it this year.
Interesting.
40-15 receivers chase the door.
So Connor, you kind of exist at this level in the game. The choices that they're making when they have time to make a choice, what are they trying to accomplish? Are they just trying to get, they're not shooting for winners all the time because they're not going for targets. I guess they're trying to get their opponents out of position, get them on the back foot. How do you think about that?
I think they're shooting for open space. And so when you return, I think, and you know, I reiterate think, but you know, when you hit the return of serve, you're looking for that space in this forehand corner. That when you see Cam and Tim play, they're covering that space very, very comfortably, and so you're looking for that. You're looking for the space, and then as the ball gets further up the court, with the looser the shots become, or if you get one on the penthouse, then you look to put that ball away into an opening, hoping that there's space in front of it.
Oh, that's another great serve.
Tuck in, John. When was the first time Steve and John played together? James Medlow, you're more qualified than I am to answer that one. What do you think about the behaviour around the balls, Adam? I don't think Mr. Fahey is particularly happy with the balls.
Well, he's thrown out a couple already.
Yes.
Even in the first ball in the beginning of the match, he served with.
No stroke.
Have you had a chance to look at the balls
I have
yourself?
no. They're very precious about the ball, so I don't like to get too close.
What has been interesting is these people are all so good at getting the ball back. They really have to vary the pace quite a bit.
Yep.
Try to change it up. Get a little bit of an advantage.
But I will say that I did not expect the high serve to be working this week, which means that the balls are a little slow.
Has changed.
I think you know one thing that we pick up a lot on people hitting winners and the big volleys and whatever, but I think that John's patience into that first set, and now he's really found his way into the game. He's making very few errors, and he just allowed Steve to grow. And the question was asked by Peter Cipriano in the first set: who's got the biggest weapon on the doubles court? And Steve Virgona's forehand is ginormous, and if John can let Steve get comfortable, then that's kind of when you're going to see Steve being most dangerous.
Yeah, I think John had a few misses in the first set on the roof when he was forcing for the dead iron. But he's calmed down.
Lost it. Half yard worse than 6. 30 love.
Nick was making those in the first set, but they're up 2-1 here.
Worse than 2.
Good serve.
Oh, that's an optimistic take.
Better be better.
Connor, any questions in your mind about, Rob's just out there at an age you wouldn't expect people to be able to compete at this level, but he seems to be in great shape. Hits a great ball.
I'd love to see what he sees through his eyes, because if my vision's that good at his age, and I can hit the ball that well, I don't think I'd be sat here doing the commentary.
Great point.
Great point. I think one shot that Rob sees just so much better. He sees both sides of the court from this forehand corner, and I think the amount of winning galleries he picks off is just unbelievable.
Smart choice.
Second gallery.
They're using that slow Maymore Tamble really effectively. I haven't seen Fahey hit many grills yet. It's not the miss you're looking for going this forehand, Adam.
Oh, that's risky. It's interesting. It's, you know, if you're a fan of the game, you play and watch a lot of the top players play singles. It's such a different game. You kind of feel like, obviously, the floor game doesn't work because there's someone everywhere you're hitting the ball. So it's become a power game and a target game.
Okay. I like a 30-love advantage going the other way, but we'll see what comes at the end of these two chases. You see Rob swing at one.
Oh, great save by Steve.
Worse than the last gallery.
One left. 30 all. Even two mediocre chases, you can't take them out in a doubles game. Oh no.
Good patience there.
Lots of patience, lots of slow balls. Keep yourself in the point.
40-30.
Oh,
And there goes one of Ryan's cameras.
Service lead 3-2. 3-2.
It's a good game from Virgona. Lumley there. Changed ends at love 30. Take it out. 40-30. Serving end is so important, particularly in doubles.
yeah, it certainly felt like Rob and Nikki had the momentum in the first set.
That's what we saw in the first set. Some straight balls off the return from Nikki. It's more like the first half of the
Yep.
first set.
Up top.
That's a hell of a pick.
Yep.
Adam, we're changing ends. The game in the United States has been a huge beneficiary of some of the incentives that you're involved with the Preservation Foundation and the USCTA. Would you give us just a little insight into what you guys are doing and how you're supporting the game?
Happy to. There are two entities in the United States. The United States Court Tennis Association, which is the primary governing body for the game, and the United States Court Tennis Preservation Foundation, which I'm a supporter of but not part of the management of, is the tax advantage entity that exists in the United States, which enables certain donations to receive tax deductions. Both entities have the good of the game in mind, and because of the tax issues, they focus on different aspects of the game. Where I've been most involved has been with the Court Tennis Association's effort to increase the national fund, which is an effort to raise money primarily to support professional prize money purses. And that started several years ago with the USCT annual dinner auction, and it was a combination of people bidding on donated items like apartment rentals, golf outings, and other items, as well as just a contribution through the famous Lot 12 to support the pros. And at the end of last year, we start our first solicitation campaign to try to reach more members of the USCTA community. We've been very successful raising substantial amounts of money, and as a result, the US-based tournaments have had attractive purses, and I think that attract the best players from all over the world to come and compete. The Preservation Foundation can't raise money for prize money because of its tax status, but it contributes to substantial other things that are good for the game, including training and development, some travel for players, and they work kind of in tandem to advance the game in the United States.
It's sure noticeable what you guys have done and what you enable particularly the younger players and the professionals to do. So thank you for all that you and your counterparts do in North America. So 3-all, 15-all, Fahey Howell at the serving end. And Fahey's continuing with the high serve.
Oh, good shot.
I don't know if you saw that, Adam, but there was very little footwork from Nick there, but he, great hands.
That's the thing that's been, so noticeable. I was sitting in the front row at the Didon, and you can just see how quick these guys are.
Okay, Fahey and Howell got to 3 in the last set. I think what Fahey was so good at is getting to 4 and then getting to 6. And so let's see if they can get this one to 4 early and be the first to 6. I mean, there's not much in this game. I think it's a difference between a Nick Howell forehand and a Steve Virgona forehand, whichever one's on for the longer period of time.
40-15 receivers lead. Better.
And certainly Nicky was on fire in the first half of the first set.
He was indeed. Came out very strong. Adam, we've gone from 111 viewers to 99 since you've been here, so we might need to make some more jokes or something.
That was not lost on me. Ooh. That's not the way to get to 4.
Adam, I've seen you attack a bell and a half-yard chase with a different shot to that. You can explain that one at some point if you'd like. There's definitely a rhyme or reason. Here's the Virgona forehand. Let it bounce.
Oh yeah.
And just showing Nicky how to do it lefty style into the winning gallery.
Perfect.
Adam, I've had my headphones on the entire time here, but is it pretty rowdy out there?
I think people have been chastised by Jonathan Lewis, the tournament chair, at the beginning, so they're behaving themselves.
Oh! That's not how to get to 4 either.
No. That's how I would try.
Recovered. Hell of a volley from Nick, defensive volley.
Server's advantage.
Oh, nice change up from Steve there, but hell of a good hands from Nick. That keeps them in it. Up to 107, Adam. I saw you texting your friends to sign in. Ted Ganaeus and those alike in New York.
Friends and family.
Help us out, guys. Come on.
Receiver's advantage takes worse than 6 yards.
I had the good fortune to play in a pro-am against Steve a couple of weeks ago, and I made lots of mistakes. And I talked to Steve about it afterwards because I felt like I made more mistakes than I normally make. And he did talk about changing the pace. And, at kind of the professional level, that happens a lot more than at the amateur level where we're just trying to get the ball back. So it's neat to see it, in this competition.
Yeah, change of pace is definitely something. In the first set, we saw a couple of balls where they just changed the pace on a specific shot, caused the racket error. Juice 3 all. Servers have the server's favourite for this game, at least.
Out of court. Receives advantage.
The backhand has definitely been a weakness of Nick's, and the backhand volley in particular, but he's been good so far.
Yeah, great width.
As is Western 2.
So this the World Championship doubles has been going since 2001, 23 years ago, and 3 guys that played in the first event are still playing today in the same event.
It's amazing.
It doesn't happen in any other sports, and I just think it's that, you know, the intellect, and shows how much experience counts in this game. That's right. I think as I get older, the better chance I get of getting into this event, Adam.
Important game.
At the service end too.
By 4 games to 3-4-3 second set.
Taking on the straight ball, didn't fancy second gallery that time round. There's the second gallery.
Second gallery. 15 love.
Wow. Wow. Never give up.
Connor, in this framework where they play 4 sets on the first day, how much is fitness going to be a factor?
I actually think out here, Adam, you know, you've got half the 3/4 of a court to cover as an individual. I think out here it's the heat. You know, I think it's going to get hot with 150 people out there. It's going to get hot. I don't think they're necessarily going to run themselves into the ground. The heart rate will get up over a course of a long point or two, but I think they'll all be able to survive for 4 sets. Tomorrow, going and doing a possible 5 further sets is where it might get tough.
Because these games are also, they last a long time. I mean, these pairs are so evenly matched in some respects. It was astonishing the first set. You know, I think the first 2 games took 20 minutes.
Juice advantage, change ends. Yeah. First time we've seen the high one from Nick. Can he get it to his forehand? Nope. Oh,
That's
what
perfect.
a shot from Nick. What play. He doesn't know what he wants to serve it. He goes high. They do not want to give up the chase. They do not want to give up the chase, that's for sure.
15-14.
Unforced error. Not many of them. Opportunity well taken from John there. I'm not sure I'm serving this high one to the righty. It opens up Nick's backhand volley. Steve hits the forehand off the return of this. I don't think I'm serving this high one.
Yep. It worked that time.
The reverse commentator's curse. Well done, Nick.
Okay, they got to 4.
Serve Howell.
They get to 6.
Serving end. Got to start the game strong. Rob inspecting the balls again. It'll be tough. High.
Rob seems to be going for the high part of the tambour quite a bit, which I think has been very effective.
I think we've got to get our protractor out because I think the high part of that tambour might kick it a little further back than the low part of the tambour. Great hands. The call from, do we call him Captain Steve? Leave it, partner. We'll take the hazard chase. I think that Fahey and Howell want 2 points at this end before over anything else at this point.
Oh, perfect length.
All right, guys. Those of you waking up in Australia and those of you still awake in the UK, come on, give us hit us with your best in the chat. That forehand volley from Steve was pretty quick. Great hands from Nick. 4-all second set. Those of you, I know what you're thinking. If Virgona and Lumley win this set, it's 2-love and you're all going to go to bed. That's not how this is going to work. I said, Adam, at the start of this broadcast, we could have 4 Australians on the court. I'm pretty certain they all have Australian passports. I don't know how they identify. Okay, 15-love receivers. Hazard worse than the second gallery. Good hustle, great hustle. That should give Rob a bit more confidence to go after this ball. Worse than 1 yard. 3 and 4 might be a mistake on the scoreboard.
Lost it. 15-30.
Not sure where that one's going. Tough to get it over the high part of the net. 5-4 down, 1 set down at the receiving end. See in the winning gallery there our young fellow Robbie Slatter. He's the guy in charge of the scoreboard that you guys are seeing on YouTube. Thanks, Robbie, doing a great job.
15 up.
There's more heat from Nick. I said this last set, I'd like to see a 5-all. Yep. Out of the Intel Buck book, that one.
Got to get over on the server side anyway.
And not be game ball down, I feel like it's psychologically a big hurdle. Where are we at? So we probably kicked off about 4:45 really. So we're an hour and a half and 2 sets in. So
45 minutes a set.
we're in for a pretty long night here. Unforced error.
30 all. Chase the last gallery.
I'm not sure about this serving strategy, Adam. I don't like the high one. Where's it going to go? Oh, good heat, good heat.
40, 30.
Big point.
I'd say. Oh!
Great with by Nicky.
Great hustle. Now Fahey has won many an open, many a major at the service end of 5-all. No challenging in this one, Adam. That's out. Goes with the demi PK. Gives the guy to the forehand. Oh, that's well played. Haven't seen many fist pumps from Fahey yet this evening. Maybe he's just finding his... Okay. My feeling is they want to keep the service in for as long as possible here. I tell you, I was speaking to Neil today, and he said, I'm not really sure why I'm here, why I'm the chosen one to mark this match. He said, I'm definitely the dullest for offering up my services at the net, which I agree with. But he has been faultless so far this evening, and credit to you, Neil. I don't want to be in your position, but you're doing a great job. Keep it up, sir. Okay. 1 point advantage at the receiving end. Missed target. Got to take advantage here. I can hear the Aiken folks. Adam, who let them in? Okay, Guidon Beak, who's the favourite here? 30-15 at the receiving and no chases. Who's the favourite for the set? I don't know. That's a tough one. Steve wants to go towards the tambour there, but he can see the guy stood in front of him. He knows that the code of conduct suggests don't hit the ball hard at the man in front of you.
Yep.
Wow.
Well played.
Points over serving at 5-all. Guyton Geek, thank you very much. Okay. And what about 4-all? Does it change? Yeah, definitely. Serving over points of... So right now, Ben, what you're telling me, Fahey and Howell are heavy favourites for the set. 2 hazard chases. Get your helmet on, Nick. You better get up at those galleries. Oh!
break point.
What a point.
Hazard chase worse than 2. Hazard.
Well fished out. It's going to go cross court. Oh, wow.
That's great
Wow. The old guy does not give up. Jeepers, Mr. Fahey.
Just needs one more.
Jane will come to your question in a second. That's a miss. That's another one. That is a way to finish the set.
Excellent
Mr.
set.
Howell. I think we'll see a little break here. So, Adam, thank you for doing the second set with me here.
A pleasure, Kevin.
And
Thanks.
I'm gonna take a break too. But Jane, coming back to you, I think the easiest thing to say is that my brother, who, as we noted earlier, who's going to be your professional soon, will show you many unforced errors. Thanks all.
30 love. I've got 40 love. Whoa! First category.
Hello, everyone. Rob in the booth, solo for right now. We're one set all. Great second set. Fahey played amazing at the end there. Could be in for a late evening here in Chicago, so stick around hopefully for the next match. Guys are just grabbing galleries, not getting on that service end. Great volley by Lumley. And we got Mr. Colin Lumley going to join me. They grabbed him out of the first gallery, and he's putting his headset on right now. He's got to be a happy camper. One set all. John's playing well. Colin.
Yep. 30-15 time. It's going to be like the door.
That's right. I was just begging him to put the coffee pot on for the next match. Fahey played really well at the end of the second.
I thought in the first set it was a great start. Absolutely on fire in the first set, and pumping him into the dead on. There must have been just millimetres below the bando. And and John and Steve were putting a lot on the penthouse, but they stopped doing that and they got back into that set. But that last finish of that last set was really tight.
30-15. Receives the chase the door.
Yes, Shankman, that is right. You lost the bet, so you owe me a cheesesteak next time in Philly. You thought it was going to be 4-love going Lumley, Virgona. I thought it was going to be a little tighter. I did predict 3-1, but this thing's close.
Yeah,
Howell's playing a lot better than maybe I thought he would tonight.
Tell me, Robbie, on the marking side, if the ball goes around the penthouse, as they're doing, and it goes past the line in line with where Steve's standing at the moment, once it passes that line on the penthouse, it's a fault at that point, isn't it?
Fault.
Whereas in England, that would still be live, and I don't think Neil's calling them. He's waiting for it to land into the... Interesting. Anyway, that's one of the differences between the American rules and the English rules.
Oh, I thought that was only France, so I'm learning something too.
No, in England, they've taken away the line on the penthouse.
Is that recent?
Oh, no, it's been decades.
Oh, God.
Since the past line.
Make me feel better. Say 5 years.
Yeah, the commentary team's a bit old here. I thought the drag serve's been working well here. This is a very difficult court to serve on.
Anything slow and high looks like, yeah.
Yep.
No railroads. Not
No,
many
the
of them.
railroad at this court has never really worked well. We think it's because the walls are too smooth and you just can't get it to go back. So it's not the weapon that it normally is. They all seem to be doing the drag one short to drag the person up.
Oh.
Change here going on. Again, with most doubles throughout the whole world, whoever's serving usually doing very well. And here we are, 40-love up because they've got the serve again.
Definitely in this match, though. I mean,
good force, no more force.
from that two-handed backhand, he does that really, he's the best at it.
Yeah, he can create a lot of power that a
Yep.
single can't. For the older players, you'll remember James Mayle again. He had double-sided both sides, and he was able to create the same power on both sides of his body. Volleyed by Rob. Well left by Steve. So close to the net there. You go touching that, your ball got to get the ball got so high to get over the net. Good
Well
wise
left,
move to
yeah.
the well left. It's a sucker ball. Oh, that's another one. That's the yeah, great shot. No, I thought Nicky's played really well. Rob's raised his game. Interesting, they're playing Rob back a little bit on the forehand side at the service end. Whereas
He's doing well back there.
Yep. I think as the match goes on, though, he's got his 56th birthday coming up next Tuesday. So it's amazing that he's.
I've been saying it for 10 years, so he's amazing.
Yep. Here comes a roll.
Oh, nice gap. Great gap.
Great speed. There's two players that stand outstanding on the speed, and then John Lumley and the world champion. They're both very good at picking that ball up.
And that comes from you, right, Colin?
I think it comes from Penny. The ledge here at Chicago is about 2 inches higher than a normal ledge. So the grill is only 3 foot square instead of a normal grill, which is about 3 foot 2 inches.
Okay.
So the 2 inches below where Rob's standing there, it just makes a difference.
Especially in this
so there's
match.
a very less grills in this match than you'll get in at a different court.
I thought that was a fault, too.
No, they're only marking there's no referee in the semi-finals.
Correct.
So when Steve...
Tough call for it.
Yeah, when you're marking there and the ball's
Virgona's lining his forehead up.
Yep, he's not keen to be standing there. He's not going to stick his neck out. He's actually asked the players to please help with the calling of the faults on that. Yep, nice slide into the gallery. Lovely drop the wrist, came around inside of the ball. Again, great control. Didn't try to hit it at 120 miles per hour. Just drop his pace back a little bit, get the accuracy up. You can all learn by that. Yep, haven't got off to a sizzling start, 2-love up, you know. Howell and Fahey are settling down again.
Yep. And Nicky's mentally a lot better. He's into this match. He's not going to go anywhere now. He's going to be here for the long haul. So.
Yep. I think Rob's a great settler for him on that side.
And then Fahey, I think you said it. If he's now like, all right, let's go, boy. I'm ready to go too. So this could go down to the wire, and it is going to be a late one here. I got to get some coffee in me soon for this, so I can stay awake.
Yeah, you're going to be under the pressure marking the next 4 sets after doing the. So 2 chases here, 1 hazard, 1 straight. So you'd think it'd probably be 15 all at the end of these 2 points.
That's a good call.
Great play by Nick coming up there, cutting off the shot. And again, second time, but you know, it's pretty hard when you're rushing up there. You get so less time to see the ball unless you're dead centred. But again, the secret's not to try to hit the ball hard, just to get the control up. But from there, if he just goes across court into hazard gallery, bang.
Oh, good job for going.
They've done well. So this Hazard's won both those. So wrong again, Colin Lumley. Well done. 30-love. Yeah, you would think the Virgona and Lumley here need to get a chase in the next couple of points so they get the serve back during this game. Yeah, the end of that last set went against Virgona and Lumley, in that they lost a set and they were at the wrong end, so the others had the option of receive. Could have maybe left that for a hazard, but took it. Might pay the penalty. See again, above that groove.
He's taking gallery here. Oh, good catch by Fahey.
Great volley by Rob.
Hazard.
Hazard. Well left though. So they got the chase in the bag, so now they would think Lumley and Virgona will give this one a bit more and try to get that 40-love up to have the chase. Our scoreboard man has lost the score. Come on, Robbie.
Uh-oh, Robbie Slater, where you at?
Yeah, come on, get your act together, Robbie. Well intercepted by Rob. Beautiful volley
What
there.
a volley. Oh, good slide. That's too good.
It's just amazing to see how little racket movement Rob does, but it creates the pace. It's, you know, there's no room for errors. It's just beautiful. Strikes
And that backhand volley
Yeah.
that he put down for length. It's a tough shot. Well,
toughest shot in the book, a high backhand volley. Don't come any harder. Nicky looks as if he thinks that didn't get that. He's going to have an appeal here.
good gallery. Ben's asking, he wants to know, Colin, what's your prediction for the Ladies Rackets World Championship?
Well, that's going to be a tight one. I think we could be in for a real treat, because there's only been one player that's ever held the rackets at tennis and rackets at the same time, which is Peter Latham back in 1905 or something. There's people that have won both titles, but to hold them at the same time is only one person in the history of both sports.
Wow.
So, you know, Claire's got the opportunity. Maybe she'd do it. You know, Lee's down in Bordeaux. There's no rackets court to get her hand in on rackets. But she, you know, she was definitely
And Claire's now figuring out the rackets game.
Claire's backhand. I saw her down at the British Open rackets down at Queen's, and she's got much better return in that backhand down the line. I think we're in for a real treat. I would, of course, unbiasedly, I would like Tara to get through.
Tara,
but in reality, I think Claire's just moved her game up just that little bit more.
Wow.
But we'll see. But thanks for the question.
Good defense.
Bit of an unbound. Only bounce there. That's.
Oh, take
So
that
he just
one.
got pinned against the wall. Got pinned against the wall.
40-15.
Okay.
Chase the second
Defending
gallery.
second, they should get this one. I would hope. Get them into those hazard galleries, boys. I don't think this is a shot that players do enough, which is a cross. You know, when you're playing a chase, they never think of the hazards enough. So many times you can just turn it into the galleries. See if John Lumley's up to the
He's
job.
got it here.
See, again, that wasn't the shot. The shot there was a cross court. It wasn't that tight that he couldn't do it. Now they're under pressure. Chase off. Got out of jail. Marker disappears into the box for his safety. I know he's gone for the old high. The light. Very, very open roof here. Not many beams. They put the new lighting, which they did back in January. It's made it fantastic. Got rid of the old strip lighting.
That sort of high bobble, high drop does work here, though. You can get it to just die back there.
Well, it's a very steep penthouse. It's a beautiful penthouse. We've got merino board on top of the normal board, which cost a lot of money, but you know, Chicago didn't spare any expense and brought the board back into use. And it just looks beautiful. And it's like Melbourne. Melbourne's penthouse is coming up 50 years
And
old this year.
aesthetically, it looks...
Yeah, Melbourne's never touched the penthouse. It's the same penthouse 50 years ago. Never been painted, never been lacquered. Here you are again with a merino board, and in 50 years' time, that'll be as good as it is.
Awesome.
You don't want to touch it.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, really spells the court out beautifully. What have they got up? I don't know what they got up at the new court up at.
I don't know either.
No, well,
You're
no,
heading up there tomorrow.
We're going up on Friday.
Friday.
We're doing a day trip. It's unfortunately a 4-hour drive each way, so 8 hours
Oh,
in the
God,
car.
I didn't know it was that far.
But anything to get a new court under my belt.
You got to hit one ball at least, right? Out there?
I've got to play a game. You've got to,
Okay.
The rules
So-
are you got to play one game. Yeah. But Chris Lawrence and I are both at the moment on 54 courts played in the world.
So this will get you one ahead of him?
This will get me one ahead. He can never catch me because he didn't play on the original Bordeaux court. So I've played on 3 courts in Bordeaux, whereas he's only played on 2. So he can never catch me.
Good job,
But
man.
he's gone down and played at Pau down in France.
Okay.
So it's debatable in my view whether that counts, but I'm told it does. So he's levelled me at 54, but I'm going to knock him off on Friday to go to 55. So it's important that Steve and John get a chase here.
God, Nick, you
They
hit
don't
that
wanna
ball
stay.
well, man.
15 love.
That sort of forehand volley, midair, that he creates pace and keeps accuracy. He hits it
Yes.
as well as anyone.
Yep. It's a great
Beauty.
shot. Well picked up by John, and Rob's there to just put it away. See how little racket movement Rob did, just hold it. Great shot by Nicky. It's actually quite a wide timber here, so it's hard to get around the timber with the grill. Not only is the grill small, but the timber's very wide as well. It's probably about, I think it's 2 inches wider than a sort of the narrower timbers. See, again, that's the one that Steve probably probably should have gone for a gallery there, but he's
Probably that. Hazard.
2 yards.
got the chase in the end. But it's, you know, Steve should have pumped that into the first gallery. Rob's not going to go up as far as first gallery to cover him.
No.
And again, you just back off the pace, get the accuracy up, get that chase. As long as you've got the chase in the bag, then you can concentrate on the points. But I've always been a great believer. Try to get a chase early on in a point, in a game, and then you can concentrate on winning the points. At least at some point you'll get the serve during that game.
John's worked at that last shot. He's hit that volley, main wall dead on. It's great, great angle.
Great main wall timber by Nicky there. Behind John.
Works almost anywhere.
So they go to 40-15 up. Another flashy volley by Rob. He's very good at the same showmanship shots, isn't he? I don't know if you saw the ball. There was one on Facebook or somewhere where he was gonna. his racket was on his forehand side, and they drilled it.
I did see
And
that.
he did a 360 and hit it.
Amazing.
It was an amazing shot. Yeah, we've certainly lived
Great
through.
reaction still.
Oh, great. We've lived through a very good time to, someone to dominate the game so much as he did. And it's not as if there were lemons around during the time.
No.
He's knocked off the best during those 22 years that he's world champion, or 21 or whatever it was. Not a great railroad serve on the back panel. That's very poor at this level. But this is such a tough court to serve a railroad on. See,
shot
there's the
by
first
Nicky.
goal. That's the shot you got to do. It's so far up the court, but again, drop the pace back, get their accuracy up, just get it in there. Very hard to cover the first gallery.
No one can take a big lead in this match. 3-1.
This is going to go all the way. This is going to be This is going to go. You think they're going to be 4s and 5s each. That there's not going to be a 6-1 here.
15 love.
Misread that one. You can feel the tension building in the air as the match gets a little bit tighter. 3-1 up. I was feeling it, John.
Chase the line.
That was tough.
15 love.
Great get by Steve. Great work by Rob.
Good cat.
Good half volley by John. Would have been dead if he
Good
didn't
out.
go to the back wall. Take your time. Control it. See
Well
again.
played. There it is again.
Nice shot. But
Not overhead.
any normal, like a Philly, that would have been in the grill. But again, just hits the main wall and doesn't. It's such a small grill here. And as you're probably aware, the gallery height is, all the gallery ledges are 2 inches higher. So, and then down at
Like in Washington.
yeah, well, Washington went an inch higher again, so they're even smaller in Washington than they were here.
Sign, please.
As we were talking to Cashman, the head pro here earlier on, this net is a beautiful
Beautiful.
colour, and it's a beautiful feel, and it's solid, so you don't get any flick-ups or anything like that.
Yeah, I want to get it in Philly. That looks awesome.
Wrong side, that's a classic. That hit the net, stayed on the hazard side, whereas in Philly, that would have flicked over.
Maybe flicked over, yeah. Serve.
40-15, chase the line.
Yep, was out of jail there. Do you want me to go get your coffee, Rob? I'll go get your coffee. I'll be back. I'll go. T-Boy. T-Boy will be off. Keep up the good work.
All right. One sugar. John Ioli, Geno's or Pat's? I like to go to D'Alessandro's up in Roxborough, John, for that cheesesteak from Shankman when I see him in Philly. And John, if you haven't been there yet, go to D'Alessandro's. Definitely beats out Geno's and Pat's. There's a great angle again from Virgona. Two-handed backhand. Measured it. Great shot. 4-2, big gain there. There's that tambour. Ball just hugs in there. Good get by Nicky. John just going right back at it. He's found that shot and he's going to live with it. See if we see the fourth one. Wow. Good tambour gets by John Lumley.
30-15. Has a chase back. Oh!
30-15 with a hazard pending. It's a big point for Lumley Virgona to run away with the third set. Grabs the gallery. They're in command of this third set. See what happens.
Serves lead. Hazard chase. Worse than second gallery. Hazard.
Good get by Virgona on that odd bounce. Point away to going 5-2 up. Solid couple games from Lumley and Virgona.
Serves lead 5 games to 2. 5-2. Better than 5.
Good shot, Stevie.
15 love. Last gallery, 2 chases. 5. Last gallery.
Nicky staying patient, grabbing a gallery.
Straight through. 15 love receives me. Better than 5. Better than 5. One's J. 15 all.
Great shot by Rob. Big point here, 5-2. And Virgona being patient, grabbing a gallery there, 30 all. Oh, ball just died back there. All right, Fahey and Howell still in this.
Receivers lead, chase the line. Chase the line, 40-30.
Going to go into Rowell Road. Good get by Nicky. There's Lumley with that medium pace grill. Great shot. Connor Medlow jumping back in on the mic. Connor, welcome back. Oh.
Advantage receivers. Level.
Sorry, Ryan censored me for a second.
The drinks are starting to kick in here in Chicago.
That coffee looks strong. Are yours, Rob?
Nice shot.
So, Rob, since the first set, what do you think on the changing of serves?
Who did? Who lost the service in that set? So who?
Virgona Lumley changed it up.
Measure that. Add to take the third set.
Lots of half-pace balls, right, Rob? Like, really just trying to find the target.
That's what Colin and I were just saying.
Whoa.
Another high, medium-paced handball. It's effective here.
Hanging on.
Good cat. Uh-oh. Yeah. Good rally again. Another bando. There's been a million of them tonight.
It's a big one. The defense is phenomenal. Just seeing both Rob and Nick stretching their legs out a little bit. I wonder where the conditioning comes into play just into this fourth set. Lumley's just getting it going.
Oh,
isn't he,
yeah,
Rob?
this is nothing for Lumley and Virgona. Virgona looks fit. Been working at it. Have you been training?
He's no spring chicken, though.
No.
I haven't done anything in the world of training for a long time, Rob.
Oh, he's still mind-boggling. You hit a great ball up in New York. You hit it nicely, Connor. Good defense. This could. No, he got some. Great shot.
Got to push out there.
Fahey upset. He had that forehand volley to go into the second gallery. Just missed it.
Fifth juice.
Yep.
You don't want to give this set up.
That's another.
Wow. All the way back there. That's a long way.
That's a long way. Nicky Howell finds it to get an ad to stay in this set.
They can get to the service end here. They're right back in it.
Good serve.
Oh, that's
There it
another
is.
backhand volley. So what we at, Rob? 7-10. This match kicked off about 10 of 5. 2 hours, 2 hours 20 until now.
And then
And we've got another one to go.
another one to go.
And then the show, the dance floor is yours, Rob.
I know. I can't wait.
A little scrappy here. A little scrappy. Tired legs.
Oh, wow.
Tired legs.
Yeah. Great cat.
There's that carve into the backhand corner. Good shot, Rob.
Shot.
We're going to first gallery count. High.
Very high.
You know, it's probably a credit to Fahey and Howell, right? If that's all they're giving up, you know, Virgona's going to take what he can get. If he can get door, if he can get second gallery, he'll take it. But if it's not there,
And he just wants the service end now. I mean, the service end is so important in this match. We keep saying it, but they're serving high stuff. No one's doing a lot with the return. They're winning rallies off that high tan board, things like that. And
yeah.
both teams need to execute it, get over there, and do the same game plan pretty much.
I didn't expect these sort of mid-pace balls to be the ones that have been most successful today. I expected this to be far
Racquet.
quicker. It's coming quick.
3-5, what a game. Long one there. They're still in it.
Oh, one time, please. The Aussies think they've got tea. It's not cricket, boys. Come on, let's keep going.
Played Nick.
You know, when you teach and you say, like, there's a backhand there somewhere, but with Nick, apparently there's not.
No.
He's going to put his head through that wall before he hits a backhand.
Oh.
Kind of the service end, though. Second chase is pretty valuable here. Good pick up.
And there's your gallop.
This set's not over, Rob.
No.
Don't need to go stretch just yet. Rob, how do you, so you know, you've got a big role to play in the next match. It's late, by anybody's count. Will you go and prepare for this, Mark?
I'll just have a soda and a little stretch.
A soda?
No.
What's the choice?
No, I'll definitely do a little shower to wake myself up. And
Yeah. There's a cold plunge here at the Racquet Club now, Rob. Is that?
I know, that thing's tough, man.
I'll wake you up.
Did 40 seconds the other day. It was painful.
I'll come down and hold you in there. I think he called second gallery twice there, so I think that door is a mistake on the machine. AI is at fault on that one.
Good piece, Nick Howell.
15 all. Chase the second gallery.
Second gallery, second time.
Oh!
Cipriano.
Wow.
Real estate professional, but also real tennis professional.
Uh-oh. Wow.
Seeing Lumley's fresh legs there.
Yeah.
He was moving.
Great ball out of the winning gallery.
Footwork is still there. Lumley's got to straighten that return out.
I like him to hit a couple straight at Nicky. Cipriano giving a compliment, which we've been saying since Howell was in New York. Him hitting that volley in midair, but he's been hitting it well all night and in New York.
Aggressive.
My favorite shot in the game. Good angle, a little bit of cut.
Hot onto the back wall.
No, that's what I do now.
Big point.
Go. 4-5. I mean, it was 5-2. I thought it was going to look like it was going to be kind of quick. And here we are again. Just like the first couple sets.
Serving end. 4-5.
It's all serving. Halsey Spruance, cold plunge at RCOP. Halsey, we have to get it done. I think we call it the Spruance plunge.
Oh, I like that, Rob. Wow. Great point.
Good rally.
15 love.
Be tight.
Oh.
Virgona. Couple of forehand mistakes in the last 3-4 points. Not characteristic of him. I mean, those guys at the receiving have got to be talking about chases at this point.
Oh. That's what I'm sure he's going to grab a first gallery.
They're talking about anything else, Rob, then. Oh. He's swinging out of his boots here a bit, Rob. He's swinging at that ball, isn't he?
Yes. And he can do it. I mean, I'd like to see him move his feet a little bit there. Look like me.
Again, stretch of the legs from Howell. When you see someone swinging, you're thinking they're trying to finish rally early. Is that indicative of the legs? Or is he getting
Or is it
tired?
the way the game's going now? It's going to 5-4. Good gut.
13-15.
They can get this point. I think 5-all is on the cards. Nick bending those legs again.
Oh, there's a little break. Grab a last gallery. Already have a hazard pending.
How much is
Something
that? How much
exactly
is that
what
upsetting you, Rob? How
Uh-huh.
much is that one jumping in the last gallery
Oh,
upsetting you?
God.
You've missed
If
the
I
dead
was
on.
Fahey. Oh, isn't that frustrating?
Sip, I think Fahey in particular is phenomenal. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I think there was a point in time, and I'd love him to confirm this, but I think they tested his bone density, which was like abnormal, and I think that's one of the ways.
Gotta be
he's-
something.
He stayed fit, but I mean, don't get me wrong, he put a lot of time into his strength and conditioning. Something that I certainly can't speak for. Stretching his legs again, Nicky. I think Nicky might be thinking this is the set he needs. Hazard worse than one.
Great defense.
Great pick out of
Here we go again now.
Oh, there's Lumley with the fresh legs, causing the racket error from Fahey.
Here comes Virgona's heater. Oh.
Nice ball.
Set point.
Tell you, Rob, John looks fresh as daisy. He's ready to keep going. He's got to get himself
He
into
should
this
have to
game
do
a
like
bit
10
more.
burpees after.
I'd like to see him play his way into that his fourth set when we get there. Control the game.
And there's the third set.
They closed it out there.
2-1.
Lumley's going to, take a quick break, but Rob, really important for you to go and get yourself ready for this next match. So thanks for
Thank you again.
thanks
This
for
is
putting in
a
a
blast.
shift. We're going to take a break here.
Set 6-4. Sets are 2-1.
Quick break. We've played a lot of games. 2-1, Lumley Virgona.
How do you tell if we're live?
Go on, try again. Here we go.
Right. Welcome back, everyone. We're having a bit of a break here. That was a real cliffhanger. 5-2 up, looking like they're going to walk it in after my comment that all the sets will be 4 and 5, and next thing you know, 5-2 up. But nope, there it is. There's the old 6-4. So we're in for a thrilling fourth set. They've swapped over receivers, haven't they, Connor? I can't. Just John serving to Nick now.
I think they've swapped, yes.
Yeah.
And
So
I
again-
would say that this is a good idea now. Surfing the full PK, these guys at the receiving end, their legs looked a little heavy at the end of that last set.
Oh, that was
and I
a
would
lucky
make the
serve.
move for this return.
Right. Now, as some viewers might not be aware, we're at the end of a set, the servers elect who's going to serve, and the receivers have the right who to select. So often if it's a close match like that, it's in your back of your mind, you're playing that you want to end up at the hazard end. If you feel that you need to swap over, you want to make sure, oh, there's a lucky one that went in the last gallery. That happens occasionally.
One each from the one at the end of that last set.
But they had one. I was busy getting Stevie's drinks. He needed a reef top of his Energizer drink, so I was busy being water boy.
You've been that for a few years now, Colin.
Oh yeah, I'm getting quite qualified actually. Got a gold star on one. Good get by John. Again, it just shows how hard this grill is to get. It's just everywhere but in it. Again, a very fair court. Was a lot of courts that would have gone out of play, but it was still in play. But a great main ball tampered by John. Gets in behind Nick. Hard ball to deal with.
Colin, I said early on, do you think we could get away with calling all 4 of these Australian? How does John...
no, John's got... Well, he's got both passports, so you could say he's Australian. He's got Australian passport and a British, but...
Has he ever gone that way?
No, I think if you asked him, he's definitely British. Takes after his mum.
Good.
Yeah.
It would change my opinion on him if he told
well,
me he's Australian.
He's lived in America for 10 years now, so, you know, at some point he might call himself American. Who knows? Like yourself, eh? You've set up base in America now.
Stevie,
how many years have you been here now? 7, is it?
8.
8 years, right.
Stevie took citizenship, so I don't know what that does for his views, but I will be British forever.
Yeah, and I'll be an Aussie forever, even though I've lived in England for the last 40 years.
Good point there. Really working Virgona. So, do you, Colin? You managed to keep your Australian accent pretty strong. Do you practice it in the mirror every
No,
day?
I don't actually. I don't even think I've got it. But you know, you talk to someone and they think it's real Australian twang. Yeah, but I'll take it to my grave.
It's a great
Oh,
shot.
that's a great cut shot. Again, backed up on the pace, got the accuracy up, got some cut in it, and come down. I think Rob's starting to feel the thing here a bit. You know, Rob's 55, turns 56 on Tuesday. It's the level he's at for that age is absolutely amazing.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Most of us are walking around with replacement hips and knees, and
We did have it resurfaced.
yeah, he did. He have a resurface, which I think could probably give him another 5 years or so. But I think that's a temporary. Yeah, maybe with modern technology that gets away with the problem. I'm not a hip surgeon, so I wouldn't know. But I know James Mayle had his done about 18 years ago. And his is starting to give him aggravation. He's looking at maybe having to have it done again.
Tough shot there. Really good cut volley, but not worse than 3. 1 love, 2-1. Final set of this match of the day. We will have a minimum of 2 sets to play tomorrow.
It was just time. Maybe that was a tie. Shine of a little tired Rob there. He wouldn't normally do that. Good, nice volley, controlled. Didn't try to hit too hard. I do think the younger generation try to hit a little bit too hard all the time. If they just back off that little bit and get the pace, they get the control up.
I think one of the most impressive things on this court is the way the 4 of them volleyed with control.
Yes, like that volley there was just beautiful, wasn't it? Hardly any racket movement.
The head doesn't leave your peripheral vision. It stays right ahead of you.
Beautiful volley there. He's always been a great volleyer.
At the end of that 3rd set, Steve started swinging at a few, and I thought, ooh, but they managed to bring it back round. And I said to Robbie, I would love to see your boy John looks fresh as a daisy out there, and I'd love to see him show how he can get himself into the game and use his fresh legs, and take some of this game by the horns, because he's the youngest guy out there by 10 years probably, and is definitely the fittest.
But as we know, when you play with Steve, he likes to take as many balls as he can, especially when it's on his forehand. It would have been on John's backhand. They often swap over, and Steve takes it on his forehand.
I don't mind that.
It's a bit weak.
You can dictate the game in a fashion that ball keeps coming back to you. Well done from Nick there.
4
Solid.
volleys in a row there. Yep.
15 all, last game.
My understanding is, Mr. Cipriano, that John is in the process of applying for his green card, which I think would alleviate a lot of the issues he's had in the past.
The club's been very supportive of him. It'd be nice to get that in the bank and get rid of the problems forever. Yep, we're back. But Fahey and Howell really have to focus now. They need to get back into this. They don't want to go 2 down now, so they've done well to come back. Big point here. Yeah, good boast by Steve in the second gallery.
They were set pretty well there. I think Nick's got to push up further. Cut that ball
Yeah,
off.
Steve hangs up very back there. This is such a big point. This is... Good serve by Rob. Nice volley went for a winning gallery. Lucky get by Steve. Maymore Tamba. Another Maymore Tamba. From behind him. Scraps it up. They're still in it. It's on the penthouse. Advantage to the Fahey. Goes for the boast. Tries to slam one. John just does the block volley into it goes 2 chases. Yeah, Rob's just got that thing that happens when you get that little bit older that you just can't manoeuvre as quickly when that ball just makes that 1 or 2 inches variance, which you saw off the back penthouse there. When it came down, you would think Rob was on it, but it just didn't bounce as he thought. So suddenly he went from being able to attack to just get it back over.
Forget the age. They've just played 2 6-5 sets and a 6-4 set. And
Yep.
that's enough for anybody.
Yep.
But if I'm Rob and Steve at this point, I am not hitting a single ball to John.
Okay.
I'm taking everything out of Steve's legs that I possibly can. Because we've got another day to play tomorrow.
Yep.
And I don't think John's going to be worried.
No, John won't be worried about that. Right, second gallery. Got to be thinking of the hazards for John and good volley by John. Oh, that's unlucky. Rob turned on the ball, but it nicked on him. So there's times in the past when losing your racket like that would cost you the point, but it cost him a point anyway.
Well,
So.
did you hear him? He did say as he approached the marker, he said it was accidental.
All right. Yes, he's just covering his ass. But he
covering
lost the point anyway.
Of
so.
course.
Point here. Good volley by John, cutting it off because it would have died on. Oh, yeah, great main wall. Both by Rob. Yep, this is building up this game. This is quite crucial.
Oh, Steve, I'm not hanging there.
Advantage receiver.
It's one of Rob's real strengths, the force. He can force that so hard. When he forces, he actually loses contact with the game, with the ground, and gets everything behind the ball. He's one of the best at that.
Like a Bubba Watson on the golf course.
Yeah. Or Scheffler with all his footwork. See, again, he's just...
I like that from John.
No more Tanner.
Make him cover that ground. You know his legs are hurting. Push him back to the court. Doesn't matter if you don't win it on that shot. You get him on the next one.
See, this is exactly what Rob did in his singles when he's playing Cam. You know, he knows he's getting tired, so he just goes for the win. He's so good at it. He doesn't want the rally to go on. Top of the bounce.
Where's he going to go?
Tanner flat.
Advantage receiver.
That was a classic where Steve on his forehand, he should have just rammed in the winning gallery. He had the opening up, but he's gone for the timbre. It's cost him the shot. Great volley by Rob again, making John volley, half volley. Steve's just lobbed it back. It's coming down parallel to the back wall.
Oh, he's missed it.
Unfortunately hit it, and there's a couple of galleries you can see up that have been put in for viewing up there. Right, this game is going on. I don't know how many juices. I haven't been keeping count, but it must be on a third or fourth.
At least. Only the second game of the set. I like this serve again at this point. Get Rob moving.
Rob's gone for the gallery and got the first post. Okay. I'm losing my touch. That was the door. I'd like to see that on replay. But there. Okay, such a big point. Rob here. Ah, he's done a great serve, Steve. From that room. Wow. What a time for that. So we've got a good crowd here. The Deadline's still full, and it's actually great to see a match that's being streamed that's got people in it. The streaming sometimes, you know, can
Keep
knock
people
the
at
crowd,
home.
yeah, knock the crowd down. But I'm sure lots of people will get up tomorrow morning in England, and the first thing they'll do is turn on the YouTube and they'll watch the match. So I don't know how many viewers we've got at the moment. We've got 133 at the moment.
We had a lot. We had a lot from England at the start of the match.
Yeah, but they're going
all
to bed. Yeah, exactly. I reckon by tomorrow, in 24 hours, I reckon this match will be up to about 500, 600 views, I reckon. It's at 133.
That's a good serve. Great serve.
Yep. Tat for tat there. Steve served one to him and Rob sent the same one thing back. Again, another juice.
Advantage receiver.
Nice. Double-handed down into the nick area. I was having a hit with the two younger pros here today, the fellows, and they're both lefties. So we were picking Steve's brain a little bit on how to volley, return a serve. And of course, Connor, he came along and had a bit of input as well. See, just look at that. He's got the racket on. He's still in there. God, he's a bloody old fox. Yeah, he's still going. Yeah, that was big. I think that could give the Virgona and Lumley that little bit of encouragement to race away a little bit here. We'll see. Another drag by Nicky. That was weak. Bit of penthouse from that. Rob's gone for the mainboard timbre again. John just gets it back.
Ooh.
So he set himself so well there for that volley. There was hardly any
Nick's got to push up. Nick's got to push up.
So that's the one. Rob just flicks it back. But he's in the rally still. So good at that.
This is what John's doing well now. Just keep the ball in the point and take the legs. Colin, you've probably had a bit more of a look at the balls than I have, and Rob certainly had an opinion on a few of them at the beginning.
Yeah, there's about 5 of them is rejected that are down near the Marcus box. But often with Rob, don't take this the wrong way, but often with Rob, it's the point he lost that the ball gets thrown out. Actually, he's bounced a couple that he didn't feel sounded right when he was bouncing before he served.
And have you looked at them? Do you think they're good balls?
Well, they're getting a hell of a beating. They've been used for a whole day. You know, they've been used for 8 hours yesterday for practice for the players.
Yep.
So that takes a lot. So, you know, a ball's usually pretty shiny for the first hour, but by 8 hours,
Yep.
and you know, they're not going to be practicing patting it around. Great shot by Rob.
Lovely.
Great winning gallery. Came around, took his time, no pace, great control, straight in there. No, so I think the balls, you know, 8 hours of practice with the boys bashing them around, it's tough. They're beautiful. They're beautiful balls. They fall within the specifications. They're all about 74 grams, 75 grams, which is what's required. Here's that one again, getting behind Rob.
30-15.
Colin, Eric Barker has asked, what's your favourite court?
What's my favourite court? Women don't like me saying, but I think New York is pretty much
a good
the
court.
premium. You know, they spend a hell of a lot of money. They were built in 1919 or 18, which is when Bickley was coming to the end of his. I think he died when the Chicago one was being built in 22. So he's died about 1920. But you know, he'd done 40 courts by that stage. So if he wasn't getting it right by then, Bickley should have given up.
Big point here.
But I would say New York is just a beautiful court. Going for the again there, you know, on a normal size grill with that extra 2 inches, it would have been in it. But
So if you like New York that much, then the C court must be up there as one of your favourites. Not much difference in the two, other than the height, and the New York's probably a little bigger.
I think the most contrast we've seen in this decade or this millennium is that you've got the 2 courts down at Preston Hall built by Mr. Carter.
Yeah.
And then at the same time you had Mr. Luckilly build the court at Millennium. And
One's got big pockets and one's got small pocket.
Yeah, and the difference is chalk and cheese. It's great to get 2 new courts down at Preston, but the court at Millennium that Peter built was just unbelievable. He had the merino board on the penthouse, the similar we've got here, which is why we went down the route here. And we're very, very lucky to have had Peter support the game as much as he's done. He's been a real steward of supporting the game. Thank you very much, Peter. There's so many pros and amateurs and everyone who's in your debt, and you'll be remembered for a long time for your generosity to us all. Good for us.
Free love.
This is what a bit of worry that that game was so crucial, the one before that one, and I'm not surprised that these boys have closed that one out. Well, I don't think Rob will still be competing when he's 65 years. I think he's retired from singles, but he did play in the last singles. But having said he's retired, so he's ruled himself out of the world rankings. Going on here. Commentators missed something here.
No, what's happened is they're serving to the wrong person.
Right.
They changed.
Yeah, I often go down and help with the Boomerang Cup in January, which is an event that every tennis player should play down in Melbourne, and one of the hardest things to keep track of is who should be receiving from whose, because they have the rule that if you get 3 late games you can chase over, but once you've done it once, you can't swap back again.
That's an interesting one for a marker there, because what they've said is, Neil has said that you just play on.
Yeah, well, it's very tough for Neil. He's been out over 3 hours of high.
But what I'm saying is, do we think that's the correct rule?
So what did he do? He nullified the point.
They finished that last game.
Yep.
Incorrectly.
All right.
They've now corrected, but are carrying on.
Yep.
So they just as if it never happened.
No.
And I think Rob and Nick were interested in replaying.
Wonder why. No, they're not going to happen. Good get by Nick. Now, at the level that Neil's having to mark here, it's also from the net. The pros these days intend to mark from the dead on a lot more. So I'm not surprised he's getting hard to mark.
He only got here yesterday.
Yes, exactly.
So the jet lag is,
Yeah, we've got 2 markers here. We've got Robbie Whitehouse and we've got Neil. Ideally, they would have done 2 sets of each sets, but I think that the feeling was that Robbie, working with John, maybe, I don't think it would in any way create a problem, and Robbie is a professional, and the score is a score, and the ball's up and down. There would be no favouritism. If anything, you'd probably go against Steve. But anyway, we didn't feel, but it would have probably been better they'd do 2 sets each of both the matches and have that bit of a break in the middle.
I'm not going to answer that question, Colin.
No, Rob is known in the world as a GOAT, which doesn't sound very flattering, but it is very, very greatest of all time is what the GOAT stands for.
And it's not going to come into question anytime soon.
No, I think Pierre was always the best when I was playing the game. He held for 28 years or something like that, but he did very few defences in that 28 years due to the war and everything. I think he had about 8 defences, so Rob's set a whole new bar there. I was in the pro shop today, and there's a photo on the wall in the Chicago pro shop of I think there was 7 world champions at Racquets in the photograph, which is quite a unique picture. And it's probably covered a period of 30 or 40 years. And I said to Rob, we should take a photo of you and of all the world champions in 20 years, 22 years. He'd be sitting there by himself.
There's not many court tennis professionals that have had a portrait of them done and put up in Lords, and so I think that's recognising his excellence right there.
Yeah, one of the discussions we often have is who is the greatest player to have never won the world championship.
I can tell you right now.
Yeah, who do you think it is?
Tim Chisholm.
Tim Chisholm's right up there. There's a couple of others.
In my era.
Yeah, well, Lockie Duque won 9 British Opens in a row, which is pretty impressive. So he's world number 1 and didn't become world champion. That's back in the days where the world champion had the right to select the court, so it made it so much harder. Whereas now today's rules are that we bid for it, but back in those days, the world champion had the right to pick his own court or his own court.
Who were? Here's something we found earlier. Did you know that there's Rob Fahey and Tim Chisholm have been the winner of every World Doubles Championship?
Have they really? Well, that's interesting, isn't
That
it?
says quite a lot.
Yeah. No.
Tim is the only person to have won it with 2 people.
Right.
Rob's won it only with Steve.
Steve could reset it this year then.
Steve could reset it this year. He's won 6 and could become 7. And Rob could reset it this year too.
Yes. With Nicky. Yes.
Yep.
Eric Barker, Chicago especially good for high side.
It does push it back towards that back wall and sticks a little bit.
Not as bad as it's fair. It doesn't come if you hit a high main or timbre, which I think is the question, isn't it?
High side,
yeah. So on this court, that ball still goes across and hits the battery wall behind the last gallery, behind the winning gallery. And, whereas a lot of courts, it would go into the back wall and then come around.
Back out.
But this court pays very fairly on that. Again, the walls are super smooth, so that helps with that.
I think you're also seeing it, Eric, because the targets are smaller, so they're just not taking on the grill and the winning
You just
gallery
can't hit the
as
grill.
much.
The grill's too small. I'm an advocate for when they do the next repairs to drop that ledge down by a couple of inches to make the grill bigger, which is what we did at Washington. The height of the galleries is high, but the grill is being left at the normal height. There we go. So maybe this will be like the red buses in London. We have one grill now, we'll have loads of them. Who knows? It's another great serve, good return by
It's
Rob.
an interesting one. I've never seen him hit that topspin high serve.
He didn't have much room there. Poor old Nick. So again, a crucial point here. This is Fahey and Howell putting in a real effort to try to get a game here to stop the boys running away. But they've gone about 40-30 down. That's a great shot. And scrapes it back. Good high. Yep, still in the rally.
Give it to Nick.
Nick won't cut. Oh, great cut
Heavy
shot.
feet, heavy
Great
feet.
cut. So that was quite big, that point. It's a very pleasing court to look at, is it, when you look at the court on the camera here.
Oh, that's great. It's very good looking.
There's no natural light here. It's all artificial light. I understand the new court up at Wisconsin's got a lot of natural light. I'm looking forward to seeing that on Friday. So
It's a lot of natural light, beautiful court. Really, really, really beautiful.
30 receivers lead, better than 3 yards.
well, yeah, they should get back to juice, yeah.
Conditions are very consistent here with air conditioning year round too, so. That's a fault. The Rob Fahey Classic only carries 1 ball. Gets a breather in between first and second serve.
Steve turns on the ball. Has he cut it enough? Yes. Maymore Tamber again. See? That Maymore Tamber is a great shot. So they're still in. They need this game.
3 hours since the first ball of the match hit, so they've been on court for 3 hours, 20 minutes.
I reckon that ice bath's going to get a lot of use out of
I
this.
think that ice bar's going to get a lot of use.
Yeah, they've got a fantastic ice bath. They've got a big pool here at the club, and they've got a fantastic ice bath. The facilities at Chicago are as good as anywhere in the world.
I think
It's
we
a
might need to
fantastic
let the guys know that we're not closing up at 9 o'clock tonight. We might need to leave it open.
Steve turns on the ball again, but it's a weak shot onto the penthouse. Nicky stepped inside it. On for the main ball. Tamber missed it. He's up. Yep, well volleyed. Again, didn't try to hit that volley too hard. Got it in. And Steve just dropped the head of the racket and put in the net. So this is I think the Virgona and Lumley are sort of just probably backed off in adrenaline a little bit here. And fourth set in any World Championship challenge I've experienced in the last couple of years is very difficult. It's that fourth set. Because we're also used to getting 3 sets and then walking off when you get your 3 sets. So this is
I haven't got my 3 sets many times, so
Right, here we go.
worse than 3. Tough one to beat. Oh, that's a really tidy shot. Great return from John.
Rob goes for the winner, but just a bit too low. Well left by the boys. Back to Juice. Okay. Bit of focus here.
There's the topspin high serve.
Some people have gone to bed. We're down to 120, so some Englishmen have dropped off and headed off to bed, I think.
Yeah, we're doing a great job picking up the Americans as they get home from work as well, I guess.
Good force again. Then just see that Rob's not interested in long rallies. He gets that opportunity, he just hits it so powerfully. Always driving the ball. Big point again to try to get to 1-3. 1 fault.
What was the World Championship he won back at Queen's? 2016 or 18?
Yes, yes, I think it was 18.
He did not miss a thing. Very good volley there from Nick. Super high level of control.
So again, good ploy there to get a serve. So a statistician who's looking up what year it was. I think it was 18. Because the next one was meant to be 20, but COVID buggered it all up.
Right.
That wasn't played until in the end, till 22. So we dropped 2 years.
Yeah. Chase the second gallery.
I just wonder whether this club at Chicago is a very well-supported club on the lunchtime dining and things. And I just wonder whether one of the matches should have been at 12 o'clock or something, and the other one.
Good point.
Because, I think a lot of people are going to go home after this, not be around, and to have such a high standard is very, well, hope I'm wrong.
There we go. You don't need to move your feet all the time, Colin.
There you go. He flicks it into the gallery. So they're in this still. They needed that game, and they've done it. So it's important that Lumley and Virgona focus here and get this game here. Big game. Good control by Steve to pump it into the gallery there. So they've got the serve, so now they can focus on the points. They've got the chase in the bank. And just now think of the points. They're going to get the serve at some point during this game. Which has always been what I've coached people to do. Great volley.
To have that racket control overhead takes so much strength.
Scrapes it back. Oh boy, that was a couple of close shots there. Right on the wall. Rob had no option to go in for it.
15 love.
Great shot by Steve. Came from the outside across it, a little bit of a slice shot. Okay. Virgona and Lumley, this is a big one if they can get this point. Come to the service, 40 low up. Weak shot by Lumley under the penthouse. Another hell out of that. Great flick up. Great get by John. Oh, yes.
That's what happens with good footwork and fresh legs.
Yeah, gets the footwork from his mum. So that could be very key, that. Because Fahey and Howell did really well to get that other game to go 1-3. So it was from a Lumley Virgona. It was important they get this next game, which they're looking like they might. 40 love up, second gallery. We've still got a good crowd here, which is great. They've run a cocktail party at the same time, so people have been able to get their drinks and some foods out the back. There's a great royal dead on at the back of the club here at Chicago, so you can talk without interrupting the play.
And John Cashman's doing a good job manning that door. Oh, that's a hell of a
Great
return.
lay roll by Nick.
To take
Yes.
that angle and put it back over there.
Okay,
Good hands.
big point here.
Yeah,
Big
I'd
point.
say John wants to close this one out here.
Yeah, if they close this, you'd think they. Great length by Nicky. Great pick up by John. Steve comes up.
Oh, nice lift. Hell of a lift.
Again, see how little racket movement there was by
None.
Rob, but just control.
Super.
Control of the ball.
Super. Eric Barker, are you still in Michigan? If you are, then you got to come over and see us this weekend. Come and watch some tennis on Saturday or Sunday.
Yes, we've got today and tomorrow matches. Then there's a rest day on Friday. We're running an amateur handicap doubles here, are we?
Yeah.
Connor? And how many teams have we got in that?
20 teams.
Right, and then we're also running it for rackets and squash at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's a
all
great big point. Great volley by Rob, saving the backhand. Yep, down the timber.
Oh, well done.
They're still in it. Fighting.
The service end. 2-3 is a little different to 4-1.
Big difference. Big difference. This is such a big point. I know I keep saying that, but this really is crucial for the Fahey. So Lumley, if we're going to do you go for a winner, or do you just try to play the percentage?
Cut volley. Get the guy moving into the corner.
Good. No. It's on Lumley's forehand. He's gone for the gallery. Yes, flies it in there. Sounds like half the members at my golf club. Doesn't want to risk putting any points on his handicap.
I've lost all of mine. I got no more to protect.
No, when I go down for the Boomerang Cup, which is a handicap doubles, you just can't believe how many 8-7s and 8-6s we have. It just proves that the handicap system just works so well.
Right. Okay, they're back down the right end. Last gallery's a good chase to defend doubles. Really got to look for those hazard galleries early.
It's a great drive by Nick, straight down the middle.
Colin, we spoke about that down
Both
the
of
middle
them
ball.
both of them looking at each other. Way you should have both gone for it. It's no good neither of you going for it. Both go for it. Better clap rackets in the middle rather than seal it sail into the dead on like that. Oh, lucky one, but that could be crucial. That dead on was a great shot, and now they've got a lucky one that nipped over. They're still fighting. It's never over till it's over. Good serve by John. Great return by Nick to scrape it up. Oh, that was, again, two shots that are just scrimped over the net. But that's what wins matches, rather than in the net. Right.
They're not throwing the towel
They're
in.
fighting like they're not far from throwing the towel in.
Yeah, Sip, I'm still sprucing my handicap up to make a run at the New York Silver Racket one of these years.
First chase a yard worse than the door.
I think the scoreboard's a bit wrong here. Sorry about that. So it's first chase is more than a yard worse than the last door. More than a yard worse than the last juice.
Worse than the door.
We're back to the worse than the door. Okay.
Yep, that's right. Short ball first, and then the second one was a bit longer.
Great shot by John to carve it in the gallery. Nearly got it.
Surprised Nick wasn't a bit further up there.
Receives advantage better than the second gallery.
Okay. I'm going to call this point is so big for 30. If John and Steve get this, I think they'll race away with it a bit more.
Evening, bro.
On fault, pressure's on.
Uh-oh. Reach for that one.
Court. Game. Well, they were really putting up a big fight then. That's a real win-win for the Virgona Lumley team. Steve's so good at turning the ball around like that. Ooh, Bando. Bando. Pounder again. Steve's on his forehand, but just hits a bit loose onto the penthouse. Should be doing that at this level. Yep.
I think it's too late in the game. I think, you know, when his legs are that tired, you've got to be careful of what you're trying to do. Keep the ball in play.
Yeah, keep it off the penthouse. I think that in any level, any tennis you watch, you know, usually the people that are on the penthouse are losing. You just keep it down on the ground rather than up on the penthouse. Nice defensive shot by Nicky there. Put the pressure back on Steve. Yep.
It's in.
Rob's going to feel a little bit cheated out of that point. Couple of great gets by him, Rob. Gave that a hell of a lot of work into that rally. Got no reward. Manuel Tamba.
30-15.
So that's where the right lefty's got the advantage. When it's the Manuel Tamba, they can just get that one that's gone a bit deeper, whereas a right-hander would have struggled with getting that back.
Oh.
It's interesting. We're down and we're actually set up this commentary down in the near the grill, and the feed is just that couple of seconds later. I can hear the ball banging around above our head, and it hasn't got there on the camera, so there must be a couple of seconds difference.
The amazing bit is the way that he soundproofed this, so we can get away with talking a little bit.
Yeah, great shot by Steve. No, they got the tail up. That was crucial, that one game. No, this penthouse is unusual in that normally if you go under a penthouse, you can see the underside of the penthouse, so you've got but here at Chicago, they filled it in like a wedge, so there's insulation between the plasterboard and the penthouse, which gives you that nice deeper sound.
And actually, our engineer, when Ryan was setting up all this cabling for the streaming, our engineer actually crawled the length of the court between the.
Did he
roof
got
and
in
the
between them?
penthouse.
Yeah, yep.
Not for me.
No, we put steel in to make that possible. We also put steel underneath the bando, all the way around to stop any drooping of the bando in time. So that we put a steel in, and then we attach the wood to the front edge of the steel, so you won't get that drooping that you get at most courts.
Right, that's great, because then you won't get an advantage from from a droopy bando.
No, well, you just have to go somewhere like Queens. You can see that where the winning gallery is. There's
it's a great target.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
it's a little long.
Well done, Steve. Came all the way up, covered it. Great shot there. Go for your hazards, John. No. Didn't need to. Manuel Tamba again. See how the right-hander just can't get that ball. It's gone behind him. So John was also hitting it from the backhand side a little bit, so he got a little bit more angle. So that one went into the back of the back wall about where the dog is. Right. Now they've raced away. I did say earlier on they didn't think there were going to be any 6-1s or 6-2s in this particular match, but at this stage it's looking like they might be wrong. But that wouldn't be anything new. do really hope that we get a decent crowd staying for the second match because they deserve it. But I know it's probably not very late, but it feels very late.
And
What is the real time? The real time here's only 8 o'clock. Well, it feels like about 10 o'clock to me.
we've
But
been watching a high-level game of tennis since 4 o'clock, really. It's a long time.
4:30 they started, yeah.
Yeah.
Good scrape off the wall. Yeah,
Mistakes creeping in.
yeah. I think they're all feeling a bit tired. But Lumley and Virgona can smell victory, so they're... Well, victory for today, of course. There's always
Two more to
at
go.
least two more sets tomorrow in this particular match. That's a great force by Nicky. That's his real strength. Just creates so much pace. Who selected the match times? I think it was drawn out of a hat. Who got what?
I think we could have gone a little earlier.
I think if I was organising it myself, I would have done one of these at lunchtime, and then one at 5 o'clock. But who am I? I'm just someone that's been a pro for 50 years and know nothing. No, it's one of the problems we have at the British Open at the moment, that a lot of the matches, if they get quite late, you've got
that Sunday at the British Open is a rough one.
Yeah, they're playing, at midnight, they're playing serious matches.
Yeah.
I'd like personally to see that they do the semi-finals at 11 o'clock and have a good lunch, and then the other semi at 2 o'clock, but they insist on starting the matches at 2 o'clock. Good shot by Rob.
The first round matches at Queen's, just do them on both courts.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
First round.
they used both courts down to the Bathurst Cup, which was great to see. So that's one club where, if you blindfold someone and they're colourblind, you couldn't tell whether you're on the north or south. Again, with New York, you can blind someone, put them on, they wouldn't know which court.
Pretty similar,
But, at Queen's, there is a difference in the courts.
Yeah.
And again, the course at Preston Hall, where there's another court, you can tell they've swung the one court the other direction, which is the first time they've ever done that, which helps on cost because you've got a little lower lower roof. But it's not as... But those courts are not to the standard of the courts we just mentioned. As we said, New York's just a fantastic golf course. Here's Barney Tanfield, top match commentary. Who's he talking? Has he changed channels and watching someone else's in the corner? He must have changed channels to another. I didn't know they're streaming on another channel. Ryan's streaming has always been impeccable. He says he's had a couple of gremlins, which he's been able to sort out, but that's why the man's got the talent that he has. So thanks again, Ryan, for fantastic coverage. We are so lucky these days to be able to watch these matches.
We have our first game ball of the evening.
So normally we'd be saying it's match ball, but unfortunately, it's not unfortunate, but it's just the closure of tonight. Be interesting to see if they all go up and shake hands, which they probably should, but it's not the end of the match. So
I would hope that they would.
Yeah. But of course, it's
there you go. John's even going to pick up the balls. He's got that much energy.
Yes. I wonder if they're drawing straws for the cold tank for the ice bath.
Oh.
Rightio. So here we have probably potentially the final point of the evening. I'm wrong if this one goes 6-1. Last one was 5-2 up to Steve and John, and it was only 6-4, so I was saved by the bacon there. But
let's make sure that we, the 121 of us that are tuned in now, immediately after this, we'll have Camden Riviere and Tim Chisholm, the currently world champions, playing against Bryn Sayers and Ben Taylor Matthews.
So
game ball for the evening, chase 1 and 2.
So we'll report tomorrow night how many people have actually watched this one. So when we're closing off with 121, we know it got up 133. So I reckon by this time tomorrow night, you probably will have about 400 or 500 people will have viewed it.
And that's it.
There we go.
Game in the afternoon.
So Virgona and Lumley lead 3-1. First to get to 5. So we've got at least 2 sets in this match tomorrow.
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you very much, Connor, for your time. Thank you, Ryan, for your fantastic coverage, as always. And stay tuned.
Thank you, boys, for the great tennis.
And stay tuned for the next match. We'll be probably starting in about 20 minutes. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies. Good night.